Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Colin Rosewell. He's a PhD in art, philosophy. Philosophy. But he's going to do me the great honour of presenting and opening this little exhibition for me. Thank you, Colin.
Okay, thank you, Yianni, and thank you to Paula for inviting me to this wonderful venue for an art exhibition. It's actually quite unique. So to get on to Yianni then, I've known Yianni for approximately about 11 years, I suppose. I think I met Yianni for the first time in the Gosford Regional Art Gallery at a show that I was exhibiting at Yianni as well. And I was immediately struck by his work and the sort of work that he was generating, some of it you can see here. And over that time, he's developed this diverse body of work that sort of seems to encounter all different sorts of genre and art styles and artists. Everything seems present in Yianni's work. Everything seems permitted in many respects. And also during that time, he's done a lot of other things as well. While I've known him, I've got to listen to some of the things here. I'll briefly read down them. This is just a small or a short list. Australia Day Award winner for Arts and Culture, Australia Day Ambassador 2010, 2011, 2012, Radio Arts Presenter for Smart Arts, which a lot of people will be aware of. I got a few chuckles then. It's very light-hearted and informal, which I've been on myself, which Yianni was very kind to invite me to interview me for a short interview, which is fun. Exhibitions Montreal and New York, which is the big one. That's great. So New York is on the Big Apple's on the cards there. Public art projects Wyong Tuggerah, and that's just a short list of Yianni's accreditations. There are many others, and when I think about Yianni personally, I think about his artwork and what I've seen over the last 10 years. I'm always impressed by it. I'm always intrigued. I'm always humoured. I never really know what I'm going to find or what he's going to do next. And I think that's what part of makes it all exciting, isn't it? The artwork. I never know what he's going to turn up with. He's constantly sending me emails and he's sending me these images. God, what's this? Who's he having to go at now? Is it techno-capitalism? Is it globalisation? Is it the local puncher down the street? Or is it the pub? You never seem to know.
Nobody's safe. And
nobody's safe from Yianni's grasp with the brush and everything else, apparently. And it's, and I think that's visible, clearly visible, in his artwork and what we see. I think there's something for everybody there. And it sort of reminds me of the old saying that the viewer completes the artwork. This I believe to be only partially true in that paintings are inert objects. They don't change, we change around them. So our perspective of a painting one day is ultimately going to be different the following day or the following week or the following month because of newly acquired knowledges and experiences that are assimilated with what we already have. We change, the painting stays the same. So it's only partially true, I think, that actual term. But we do complete it for that brief moment in time. And with Yianni's paintings, it seems to anticipate that fact. When I look at some of his works, I look at them on the internet and I see them in actuality around his house. And every time I revisit them, I'm seeing something different. I'm seeing something new. Not because something new is present, but because I've changed as a viewer. When I think about Yianni's work and looking at the diversity of styles and all the different artists he seems to draw upon, we live in an iPod culture. Perhaps for the baby boomers it was paralysed by the dashboard light. For Generation Y it's paralysed by the light of the illuminated interface. We all live by iPods. We see the world through iPods. We communicate through iPods. It's, digital technology has become so omnipresent and ubiquitous now. It's part of our everyday lives. And Yianni paints what he sees. He paints what he feels from culture. As I said, there's no boundaries. So when I look at his work, it's like I'm viewing it through an iPod. I'm viewing history through an iPod. And I think when Yianni works, he sort of dredges up the past, so to speak. So in many ways, in many respects, I see Yianni's collective works as a conflation of historical space that has been returned to the purity of painterly flatness. And by that I mean, if that sounds too academic, it's a bit like wiping the slate clean on history, but with a residual cloth.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a postmodern reference here. I believe postmodernism to be over, it's finished. Because there was a retrospective show on postmodernism recently in England where they've actually critiqued it. So postmodernism has become part of history per se. So it's over officially. I've announced it. It's over.
Yes.
Forget it. Okay.
We clapped
We've
it
now entered a new phase after postmodernism. It's official. So you can get that on your camera. I'll send it to New York.
Yeah.
And I think what postmodernism did, it threw up plenty of questions about history, about the past, about gender, about sociology, about anthropology and everything else. But what it didn't do was that it didn't offer any answers. And now we've entered a period in time after postmodernism where we seek those answers. We're seeking authenticity, we're seeking realism. So in many respects, the art world has come full circle. It started in the 90s with the arrival of the digital revolution, and now that has become so commonplace that we now seek the opposite. We seek authenticity in things, we seek realism. The digital technology as such has now become a tool. And when I look at Yianni's work, I see all of that. I see Salvador Dali, I see René Magritte, I see Robert Rauschenberg on the way in when the painting by the door there, and I see Marcel Duchamp, I see Man Ray, I see all these people being conflated into one plethora of a diversity of artworks. And so when I'm thinking about Yianni's work, those are the sorts of things that are in my mind, and the things I'm presently critiquing in an essay that I'm writing about Yianni's work. That said, I think that all you can really say about Yianni's work now is that you're all going to find your own sense of presence in his work somewhere. Some of the paintings are going to appeal to you, others aren't. But there's going to be one that hits a nerve with you, and that I guarantee. Walking throughout this exhibition, there's going to be some that you walk past, there's going to be some that you stop and look at. And you think, yeah, I like that. I don't know why I like it, not yet, but I do like it. And it's that hook that Yianni, I think, has the ability to grab people in, not just as a radio presenter, as a personality, but also as a very talented artist. And once again, thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me to open this. It's a real pleasure. And enjoy the rest of the show. Enjoy the food, the wine, the drink, and each other, and above all, the artwork. And buy something. Thank you very much.